This is set. I don't think I make it. It's close, though. Here we go. Is there a Zhongli? Oh my god. Am I getting derailed? I think I'm getting derailed. That was just about the most unconventional entrance any visitors ever made to the Pearl Galley. I'm just here to have a look. Well, you're no different from any other guest in that sense. Everyone comes here just to have a look. Then they like what they see, so they stay a little longer. Before you know it, they cannot drag themselves away. Nevertheless, despite the impromptu means by which you arrived here, you are an esteemed guest from afar, and we welcome you as any other. It would simply be bad manners to show you the door after you've only just arrived. But we can't let you break the rule, okay? Otherwise, I'm the one who will have to answer to the boss. What rule? A simple and straightforward rule. Guests are only allowed here by invitation. Most who sneak in despite knowing the rule are petty criminals with dubious intentions. Don't fret, I'm well aware that you snuck in by accident, blissfully unaware of the rule. You're no criminal. All the guests you see here are here by invitation. By the boss's rule, they have the right to invite other guests too. So if you're planning on dropping in more often, your best bet would be to mingle with the guests and see if you can talk one of them into giving you an invitation letter. Okay. A smooth operator. I like your style. Okay, I'll be waiting here. Listen, I don't want to talk to what's his face. I want to talk to Zhongli. Dang it. Listen, we're on a mission to see an ancient dragon god. I just want to hang out with Zhongli. That's all I want. Is it gonna start the Zhongli quest? Oh my god, this is cursed. This is a cursed order. It's fine.
I didn't think I would see you here.
I don't even care.
Are these two your friends?
Look at this boy.
Yes, we had the fortune of meeting not too long ago. They are quite a knowledgeable and talented pair, and a pleasure to be around.
Oh.
Traveler, we were just discussing the history of Rex Lapis. Would you like to listen?
Can you imagine? They don't know. But, like, discussing Rex Lapis's history in front of Rex Lapis. Nope.
This, good sir, seems not to appreciate the almighty power of the Lord of Geo. As a professional archaeologist, I'm inclined to correct some of his erroneous views.
I assure you, my dude, that you don't know better than him. Oh, yeah, imagine arguing with the man himself. Exactly. Yeah, I don't really mind the open world making it wonky. It's fine. I just didn't think it was actually gonna grab me for this. I thought it was gonna make me do the other thing first. But it's fine. I really don't care. This is... Oh, this is cursed. Oh no. No one knows better than him.
We are discussing the whereabouts of the first Mora.
Uh-huh.
First Mora?
As everyone knows, the Lord of Geo taught the ancient people of Liyue the craft of smelting, creating goods that allowed them to develop trade with the early nations of that time.
Sure.
Today, Liyue holds the sole right to cast Mora in the entire continent of Tivat. The world's very first Mora should have been cast by the hands of the Lord of Geo himself thousands of years ago.
According to my research,
Keurig,
as well as my own hypothesis, I believe that this coin of unique historical significance has been passed down secretly through the years as a kind of token. For example, perhaps the Qixing who control the Liyue use it in some kind of unknown ceremony they hold when they come to power.
No. My research indicates that the first Mora coin is not such a simple thing. That Mora is a catalyst. This we all know. Even today, Mora is used in the mystic arts for its curious properties of weapon enhancement. The world's first Mora would no doubt possess the strongest power.
Why are y'all assuming it has power at all?
My next historical treatise will boldly expound on the newest findings from my intense
It's currency.
research.
It only holds the power that you
is,
give it.
That the Lord of Geo used this original Mora as a catalyst to enhance a dagger and a sword.
Then it would be gone.
Dagger and a sword?
What? What is
Well,
this?
buy the book when
None
it
of
comes
this
out
sounds
to read the full
correct.
story. For now, I will only reveal this. The one who finds the dagger shall become supreme in Liyue. And the one who finds the sword may be crowned Liyue's sovereign.
Can you imagine?
I can't say I agree. Let us not speak of the authenticity of the dagger and sword first. But Mora and money came about simply because they are a convenient measure of a contract's value. Rex Lapis just meant for Mora to serve as a catalyst for people to exchange and trade.
Thank you.
The world's first Mora is probably just an ordinary coin created by Rex Lapis.
Thank you.
As for its fate, the same as all Mora, I suspect. It was simply spent somewhere.
Bless Zhongli, he's so patient.
Mr. Hanshua's hypothesis seems reasonable. Mr. Zhongli's argument, on the other hand, lacks any evidence. How can you so easily dismiss the Lord of Geo's profound foresight?
No, I am not debating right or wrong. I am simply stating a fact.
Enough! Do you think you understand the Lord of Geo more than me?
Yes! Yes, I do!
I know but little about history, and I wouldn't dare to brag. But discussion is meaningless if everyone has the same opinion, no?
I know little about history. Zhongli, know little about You absolute liar. You absolute liar. Oh my. I'm in pain. I hate this.
Well then, answer me this. Long ago, when Liyue Harbor was being constructed, the Lord of Geo taught the people how to build houses.
I'm so uncomfortable.
The model home he used to teach them was completely cast from Mora, correct?
That is correct, indeed.
Okay, then tell me. Why would the Lord of Geo do something so extravagant if not because of the mystical power that Mora contains?
There's a simple explanation, really. To the god of wealth and commerce, what material is easier to get than Mora?
Right, because he's the Lord of Geo, perhaps? Lord, he's but a simple poor man. No money equals no history knowledge. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's in, like, physical pain watching this exchange.
I mean, I am talking about Rex Lapis.
Shall we?
Excuse me, sir. I have some questions about archaeology. Can we find somewhere quiet to chat? I mean, if it's okay with you.
She knows something.
It's no problem at all. But may my friend accompany us? Perhaps they could be of some help.
Me?
Of course. They can come if that's what pleases you, sir. Let's go.
You know something, ma'am. South floor. I have no clue what's going on right now. I don't totally know yet. I think she knows something. That is maybe not public information.
What I'm about to say is a bit disrespectful of the Lord of Geo and would draw a lot of angry looks. So it's best to discuss this somewhere quiet. Your argument just now exhibited a cuteness of speech and thought. Most importantly, you don't fall for the boasting and acting of the others. You remain objective.
Oh,
so
it's
I
a
have
compliment to
question for
him,
you.
I guess.
Perhaps you will answer differently from other scholars. Do you think that all the gods that the Geo Archon killed were evil?
Oh my god.
Let's not analyze it in terms of good versus evil. Rex Lapis placed great importance on the integrity of contracts. So any gods he killed certainly must have broken some kind of contract.
Right! The Lord of Geo wouldn't kill the innocent.
But when I was doing some research, I learned about the legend of the god of salt. The god of salt, Havria, was a very kind god, but she encountered Morax one day in battle. Morax used a rather underhanded trick to assassinate her.
What? No way!
I fully don't think that's how it went down.
This bit of history is a long story. But you may not like the truth when you hear it.
Don't worry, please tell me what you know. This event, I've already searched for answers for a long time.
While I fully think he remembers what happened, I do love the implication that he's just like, wait, what? Like, he's like racking his brain because he's just been alive for so long. He absolutely cannot fucking remember what happened. So, you look a bit embarrassed, Zhongli.
No, it's just... Where should I begin?
I love him so much, you guys. You don't understand.
Over here, Mr. Zhongli. I've been looking for you. So you're over here all this time.
What did the Fatui want with Zhongli?
Put down your weapon and stay back. Otherwise, Paimon's reporting you to the Millilith.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm not holding a weapon.
I was gonna say, he's not armed.
There's no need to overreact now. I'm simply an archaeological researcher from Snezhnaya. I'm not here for trouble.
The Fatui say that every time.
But this time, I registered with the Liyue Ministry of Civil Affairs. I could show you the official documentation if you want to see it. I will be conducting an archaeological survey here, the results of which will all be shared with the ministry. I heard that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor had a consultant named Zhongli with immense knowledge of ancient history and archaeology. So I paid Wangsheng Funeral Parlor a handsome amount to hire Zhongli as my own consultant while I'm in town.
So you mean to say that this is work for the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor, yes?
It's best to... Well, what should we do?
Well, since it's work, I don't have a choice. A consultant of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor must respect their duty.
That contract
Of course
thing
you would
again.
be such a reasonable man. Well then, let's head out now, shall we?
Wait, if you are studying archaeology, can I go too? I am also a scholar in this field, so I can help.
I like this girl.
That will give us a chance to continue the topic we were just discussing. Oh, and you should tag along too.
I love that we're just getting invited because we're buddies. Why?
This experience may be of help to you on your future adventures. It is a story from before the rise of the Seven. Although the god of salt has already perished, it will still be a meaningful experience for your journey.
Wait. This is an archaeological expedition, not a tour group. That's too many people.
Bruh, it's
But this
three of
friend
us.
of mine has a treasure-finding talent, surpassed by no one. It will surely be of great help to us.
Oh? What talent?
If my friend
never
espies
mind.
a treasure chest, they will absolutely find a way to open it.
What a call out to the player base. Why y'all gotta be like that? Excuse me. Why you gotta be like that?
Hey, Paimon's good at that too.
Well, that is quite enticing. All right, then. Well, let's go. There's no time to waste. When the Overlord of the Vortex was crushed by the Jade Chamber recently, perhaps something of interest was washed ashore. An ancient artifact would be good. Traces of ancient activity would be great. But a piece of the god's limb would be even better. Who knows what surprises we may find.
This feels sus still, but that's fine.
This place looks so ordinary. Can we really find anything valuable here?
Huh? Paimon thinks it looks really grand.
I don't mean the scenery, but rather that there should be something out of the ordinary. A big battle did just occur and all, and I don't even know where to begin looking here.
Just got here, bestie.
Greenstone
Relax.
Forest is actually the perfect place to be, if you wish to learn about the gods or the history of the Archon War. Legend has it that Rex Lapis threw spears made of large rock into the sea here, piercing and crushing the Overlord of the Vortex. After many years of wind erosion, those stone spears have turned into the unique rock formations we see now.
Which are so
These
cool, by the way.
mountains were the Lord of Geo's weapons?
Wait, I
What
thought
we
we
see
knew that.
now is just the part of them that remains. The stone spears hurled by Rex Lapis all those years ago were much greater, both in number and in size. But due to the different angles they landed at, their large centers of mass, erosion by seawater, and years of gravity, many of them have been completely swallowed by the sea. So besides wind erosion, The initial collapsing of the stone spears also played a big part in the formation of Guyan stone forest.
Gotcha.
Well, a god able to fight one so powerful as Rex Lapis was certainly very strong in its own right.
Indeed. This is where the value lies in research at Guyan stone forest. Most of the objects from that time were lost to the sea. But the gigantic waves created by the Overlord of the Vortex have given those sunken objects a chance to see the light of day again.
Gotcha. I understand
So you're
now.
saying that if we look carefully, we'll be able to get very, very rich.
That's not what he said.
I mean, rich with archaeological knowledge and historical value, yes? That's all I seek in life. Well, since we brought so many people, I think it would be best to split up and look.
Okay then. I will go with my friend here. Although I have a smattering of knowledge in various disciplines, when it comes to archaeology, I can't compete with the expert here.
Huh? Me?
What's the matter? This is your profession. Why are you so surprised?
Why
I
are
get
you
it.
so rude?
I'll escort him then.
Okay. If we find anything valuable or rare, let's meet on the shore opposite from here.
This man is so rude. I do not like
The
him at
ancient
all.
god probably left behind lots of elemental marks. Following them should make our search much easier.
Oh, yeah. Fair enough.
Go ahead then. Use your elemental sight to look for any marks. Why are there enemies here?
Guyan Stone Forest is a place where a god was defeated, and its remnants still affect the area to this day.
Gathering together here. But why?
See that object in the center? Perhaps it emits the remnant strength of the god. That would certainly attract them. But the hydromanic monsters... I have a contract. I must put my personal feelings aside. Go ahead. Defeat them and recover the relic.
I gotta wait for you to come down. Hey, bestie.
My apologies.
Play the latest
It's
event.
just
I
a stone
can't.
slab, but its design is quite unique. This should be enough to garner some information. Let's head back.
You call yourself a scholar of archaeology? You can't even recognize this or that. What are you good for?
We all have our areas of expertise. I already tried very hard to explain.
Oh, stop arguing! What in the world happened?
This girl just keeps bragging about how she's an archaeologist, but she doesn't even know anything about the surrounding ruins. I even know more than her. She left me to rely solely on guessing, experience, to find anything valuable to take back. Ugh, what a waste of time.
I've just been researching the god of salt, so I'm not familiar with sea relics. Is that so strange?
See, the problem is that it is a bit strange, but also this man's a bitch, and I don't like him.
And you kept asking about how much Mora everything is worth. Can the value of relics only be measured in Mora?
Isn't measuring their value in Mora the easiest way? This also matches the traditions of Liyue, does it not?
Now, calm down. No need to make a fuss. We were able to bring back some intriguing objects. Let's have a look.
Fjord, I'm so scared of that. Anyway.
What a shame. These objects were indeed washed ashore by the Overlord of the Vortex, but they have nothing to do with the god besides being in the vicinity at the time. The stone slab we found, however, has a mysterious pattern and faint aura of divine power. Perhaps it will be useful for research purposes.
Quick, give it to me. At least we didn't come for nothing. The power of the gods, yes!
This man is the worst actor ever.
Oh, but these other objects are certainly worth a little something, right? It should be enough to cover the cost of hiring you. It's all mine.
So,
Why are you so
it's
rude?
only valuable for research if there are remnants of divine power on it?
Not at all. My quest to uncover the history of the God of Salt is because history can tell us about culture and beliefs. But you're just trying to use archaeology to get rich.
Nonsense! I'm a professional archaeology researcher from Snezhnaya. I swear, if I'm lying, may the Lord of Geo strike me down.
He's not going to because Zhongli is too nice for that, but you really should not say these things.
Oh, by the way, you probably don't want to sell that teacup.
Oh? Why's that?
That's not an ancient teacup. It's part of Ningguang's collection. It must have fallen here along with the Jade Chamber. So unless you want to mess with the Qixing...
Ah, I see. What a shame. It was of such high quality, too.
See? You do want to sell these objects!
But, so what? Why can't I pursue wealth both intellectual and material? Don't be so simple-minded. All right, then. No need to stay here any longer. I'm rather quite intrigued by the God of Salt, too, actually. Let's go to Sal Tarai next.
I don't like you. I think there's something about her that we don't know yet, too, but I really don't like this dude. Like, I know we're not supposed to, but damn.
I heard that Sal Tarai was once the home of the God of Salt's people. Therefore, there's sure to be loads of valuable relics nearby.
He's so
According to
slimy.
legend, the people of the God of Salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her protection.
Gross.
But this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
That's correct.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the God of Salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of Sal Tarai. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power.
Oh.
Nobody has been able to break the seal. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, the seal wasn't affected at all. So at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the God of Salt. I don't know, there's no concrete evidence, but I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of long-forgotten truth. The God of Salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secrets to hide. So,
you don't know that.
The one who wants
but...
to hide some truth is very possibly her killer, Morax.
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would do, though.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the God of Salt lie within this ruin, just waiting for someone to find them, right?
Guy sucks.
You weren't
so
listening
bad.
at all, were you? Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in if the seal isn't broken.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zhongli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble for him.
He can also
This
just
seal
lie.
seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zhongli may not know all of its secrets.
I may know something about it.
Hello, balloons.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although their references seem rather disorderly, they do in fact contain the secret to breaking seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zhongli says so, follow me then.
How are we? I'm having a great time. We're hanging out with Zhongli.
There's some debris scattered here that, when put together, look like they definitely had to do with the God of Salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed.
I love that we got a follow from Zhongli during the Zhongli stream. Hello. Zhongli time is good time. I agree. Go to the second
See
mechanism.
That? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
Yeah,
That's
hold
because
on,
there's
bestie.
actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So you're saying they're related to all this? When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me. But when we lit up all the elemental monuments, nothing happened.
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order as well. Otherwise, the seal will not be broken.
I mean, that makes sense.
The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon War. Tianhong in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life. Liyue is vast, yet even one haven is hard to find.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in riddles?
Shut up.
I think I've heard this saying before.
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying are also related to the god of salt. To provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War, this benevolent god searched all across Liyue. At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing the land, even one sliver of peace was a luxury. And that haven she eventually found is right here. Today, it is known as Sal Turai.
How sad then. In the end, this peaceful place was destroyed by Morax.
I still don't think that's what happened.
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the clue, hurry up and break the seal. Whatever happens doesn't matter as long as we can get inside that room.
Tianhong in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north.
Thank you for the follow. Hold on. I'm gonna read this chat message and then we're gonna get back to this. Am I dumb? It feels like it should just go southeast, west, north.
With this clue, you
Southeast, west, north. Southeast, west, north. How do I even light these up? I don't actually know.
Take flight!
Okay, so if this is north... What did we say? Southeast, west, north? I think... South... East... West... North? Hey! That wasn't bad at all.
The seal really was broken. Mr. Zhongli is indeed quite remarkable.
Also, this music is so nice.
It was nothing, really. Now, it's time that people learn the hidden truth lost to time.
The music is so nice. So is this a domain?
Before
Don't answer that. We'll figure it out in a minute, but...
I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless arguing between you two that we saw at Guyonstone Forest.
Welcome, welcome.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you two agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter, with only one object permitted per claim.
That's not bad.
To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure. This will just be between you all.
I won't take any either.
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity like this up so easily!
That's not why we're here,
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this amateur archaeologist? No, absolutely not.
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by the god of salt.
God, these two are insufferable.
I can't accept this!
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant on this expedition.
Zhongli.
You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this ruin.
I love this
as
man.
Well as traps.
You
I
have
love
the
this man.
audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even half of the treasure in the long-sealed ruin of the God of Salt should be enough to make a fortune.
He's such a grandpa. I love him so much.
So be it.
I love him so much.
I just have one request, Mr. Zhongli. If we discover the truth behind the God of Salt, you must judge it fairly even if the truth harms Morax's image.
I can accept this arrangement.
Zhongli doesn't care about his
Well then,
reputation.
Let's go.
He is a bit of a grandpa, but I love him so much. Sorry, I'm gonna be annoying for 2 seconds. Look at this waterfall. That's so cool. Oh, there's core lapis down here and more violet grass. It's bizarre that there's like plants down here. Don't particularly want to fight slimes, thanks. Ooh, it is a domain. Ooh, I wasn't prepared for that. I said this party is gonna be a little baby for this, but I think it's gonna be okay. Because Sucrose and Chi-Chi are higher. She does mad damage. So I think it's gonna be okay. One day we'll get dark mode for this game, and my eyes are going to, like, cry from the relief of not having to be blinded every time I'm on this scene. I was hoping we would get a trial with Zhongli, and I'm irrationally excited. I'm so excited. Dark modes. So dark mode screens happen when Genshin is in its nights.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
Genshin dark mode loading screens happen when the game is in the night part of its day cycle. Is how that works. Otherwise, we would have gotten the dark one because we're in a cave. Chat. Chat, what the hell? They cannot make me like this character more. It's not allowed.
Gather.
And then this is a shield, right?
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth. And those that come across Liyue tend to stay a while.
I love him so much.
So it is where many things come to settle.
I love him so much. I've seen the meteor in his demo, and ooh, is so cool. If I end up with him and Baiju at the same time,
wine tastes the same as I remember.
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Those who
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Are these statues?
Statues that appear to be made from salt.
These are people.
Oh, that's fucked. Wait.
Ugh.
Did this plotline
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
And suddenly this plotline got really dark. I'm nervous. Salt Medusa. Oh my god.
Orders given. Orders received.
Hold on. I know he's a support, but I want to smack people with a man.
Look at this. It's filled halfway with salt.
Oh, it just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god lacking in treasures.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full, it is also forever half full. That is to say, it is bottomless.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount inside won't change?
That is what that means.
Exactly.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty clear.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is powerful indeed.
Finally, after all that effort, I've found precious treasure.
I
claim this as mine.
I want the next one to be so
I just
cool.
Need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags. I can sell it and make a fortune.
We're so annoying.
Hey, how can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
So,
if Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed upon.
The only thing that I will give him here, I don't know what else you would do with this relic. Like, I just straight up don't know what you would do with this relic. So, like, I don't agree with his treasure hunting philosophies, and don't get me wrong. But I will give him that I have no idea what you would do with it.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find?
Since we have a contract, it's no use for me to fight with him.
There's
then
no
let's
point.
move on, shall we?
I love Zhongli. Holy shit. I already loved him, and now we're doing this quest, and I love him so much. Hey, can you get off of this fucking thing? Thanks, bestie.
Take flight!
Order guide you.
That was so sick. That was so sick. This man is so fucking neat. Wait. Wait, can I put a pillar on this? And it works? Oh my god, it does. That's amazing. Hello, Cricketoon! You've come in during arguably one of my favorite quests of the whole game so far. This quest is so fun. Oh, this looks way cooler than the salt thing.
Ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
No, shut up.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power.
Don't mind the
When
yawn,
you
guys.
stick
I just
this
don't sleep.
ruler in
It's
the
fine.
ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt,
Much
much like a rising tide covers the earth. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear. It is essentially a bumper harvest of salt.
What? That's even better than the salt chalice.
Well then,
You
according
have a
to our
contract.
the salt ruler goes to Miss
Ha
Wang.
ha 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 ha.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick?
So annoying.
And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
You signed a contract, bestie.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Ooh, wow, we're on the topic of useless people.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya. I
will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
That's such a funny phrase. God bless. I know he's being dead serious, but it's fine. Oh my god, we actually fight him. It's wild. I wasn't prepared for this. Where are you, Bessie? There you are.
Guys.
Absorption test.
Crumble! This is order.
His super is so intense. I can't handle it. It's so good.
Can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well.
I love him. I love him. This man's an idiot.
You are not worthy to continue any further into the
And I
ruin.
love him.
Leave this place.
He gets so serious and I love him. I love when I saw in the demo, he does his burst and you just hear him yell, "I will have order," and it's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
Exactly, Keurig. It would be fine.
Archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long.
At least we had our guard up.
Yeah, good thing Paimon can smell a liar from a mile away.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts.
That's
when
true,
people
too.
see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest with each other now.
So good.
Be honest about what?
That in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
I was waiting for the call out on her.
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. However, you are an expert when it comes to anything regarding the god of salt. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at Yinyuan Hall.
How many times can he say god of salt?
That's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. I seem to have been right to seek you out once I plucked up my courage. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Qixing, Yinyuan Hall of the salt industry. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land in chaos.
Come to think of it, I've never heard you say Rex Lapis.
Oh, right! Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue very seldom use the name Morax.
Yeah, they don't
During
really
the
call
war,
him that.
Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. He left us alone and lost in the world.
Still don't think that's what happened, bestie.
We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes.
I mean, that
So
much
I
is probably
seek
true,
proof of
but...
Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart.
Wait, hold up. As far as Liyue is concerned, and the public at large, Morax, Rex Lapis, is super dead. So what is it? How does he have blood on his hand? I understand she just wants history to be written correctly, but I'm just like, girl, and everyone's dead as far as you know. It's okay. Bless him.
We
He has
agreed
so
to a
much
contract,
patience.
but we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli? You must judge this history fairly.
Naturally,
yeah.
Of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue.
I need this man
Come
to
with
read
me.
me an audiobook.
All the answers you seek lie ahead.
Ugh, it's so lovely. So lovely.
Order guide you.
Oh my...
Animal hypostasis emulation.
Jesus. They gave me such a neat man, and I don't get to keep him, and I'm so upset.
Quake.
Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Rise. This is order.
I don't get to keep him, and I'm so upset.
This is a sword?
Oh, is it the
It's a broken sword. This is proof.
No.
This proves that the god of salt had to fight back.
It's not
fight
proof of
back
anything.
against the evil Morax.
No,
But sadly, she was defeated.
it's
The
not.
power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the salt chalice and salt ruler.
Girl
We
is
can
reaching
repair the
so
sword,
hard.
and then we can show the world the mighty power of the god of salt.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
No, Paimon, shut up. No, it
Two
doesn't.
pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are two separate relics. According to the contract, you can only claim one.
That's a dick move.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true.
I love him.
Clement is no longer here.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take two relics at the same time.
This logic!
I love him.
Zhongli, she seems like a good person. And
he
no
can't.
one is fighting over the treasure.
He's a
How about you let this one slide, huh?
No, he can't.
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide.
Exactly.
If the contract is not followed, then it is broken.
Exactly.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the God of Salt cannot be restored. No matter
Relax.
what, I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for breaking the contract.
Y'all gotta stop doing this with him. He does not care.
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The God of Salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
Yeah, she's got a spine on her. For sure.
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
That is... Why is this somehow so much worse? Why is this somehow so much worse than what I fear? Good news. Sorry, we'll get back to this in 2 seconds. I saw this in chat and I feel the need to highlight this. Heath Silverstein, who is Zhongli's English voice actor, does do audiobooks. There's apparently like 20 of them on Audible. I have never seen a better ad for Audible than knowing that this man is on that app. I'm just saying, I felt like I wasn't the only one who wanted to know that knowledge.
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the God of Salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the 7.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Teyvat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start, she could save herself and her people from the war. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands, until only one small haven remained.
No! It can't be so.
This makes more sense.
In her last days,
I hate to say.
She had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then... this sword...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the God of Salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Oof.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the God of Salt.
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous!
Oh gosh.
You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
No, bestie.
Hey, come back!
What you said really is true, right?
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But the contract was broken. Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
Oof. Oof. Ancient Liyue and the Archon War breaks my heart. It's definitely, like, sad. And I love that this world gets this much
Osmanthus
history.
wine tastes the same.
You know?
Are these statue thingies running?
Yeah, this is horrific, by the way.
What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
Yeah, this is horrific, by the way. Just making sure we don't skip by that. This is horrific. He seems to have been fleeing from something, no doubt suspecting that something terrible was afoot. Yeah, this is horrific, and I like don't know how to react. Like, what? What? Huh? You know?
What are all these? What did they see? What did they do? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then.
Zhongli really said, you broke the contract, so I no longer care about your feelings. Ooh. Oh my god. This is... Oh boy.
This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. Her dying moments have since been frozen in time to this very day. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
Uh-oh?
But what about these statue thingies?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed.
That's
Those
so
of her
intense.
people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword, and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be
Her own
appeased.
people killed her.
But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
Even if this is so, I can't.
So how do people come to
This must
believe
be a
that it
lie.
was Rex
false
Lapis's
history, all of
fault,
it.
I wonder?
Don't you dare try to shake my faith.
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing.
I agree, actually.
Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately, simply recognizing the truth is good enough for now.
There is no emoji that can explain my anguish right now. Am I mean for laughing at that? It's funny. You seem all too familiar with what happened to the god of salt.
Indeed. In ages past, Havria's story served as a warning to me as well. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also.
The people of Liyue will understand that one day.
All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Guyonstone Forest?
Sure.
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhongli?
Treading old ground. Telling old stories, one cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Look. I am such a sucker for, like, characters that are old enough to see the passing of ages and trying to, like, see the world through their eyes. It's so... Like, it's just... I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Yes, and this is the guy who stabbed her. He's got the stabbity action going on. We should have known way earlier that Rex Lapis wasn't actually dead. Because if someone killing a god expels life force like that, and the God of Salt does that, imagine if someone actually killed Zhongli. Imagine the genuine devastation that would have happened, especially because the body was discovered in the middle of Liyue Harbor. Like, obviously we wouldn't have known that because the game waited to reveal that to us until now. But like, I just... yeah, I thought about that during that cutscene.
I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyan stone forest.
Yes.
The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past.
Correct.
The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue.
I agree.
To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming.
So what would you like us to do?
I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should remember that which I ended. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. Time is a mighty force, and history's twist in its flow. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth.
I mean, fair,
Stone
but how?
Carvings were one such ancient method. But unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself. Someday we may all disappear.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of
wrong.
you, traveler. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. If our history is engraved in your memory, it will one day accompany you into another world.
This sentiment,
as long as a
my
traveler
heart.
like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat.
So that's why you wanted us to come with you.
Sounds like tough work.
Hi, Mom.
Now then, it is time that we consigned both the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler to the sea.
Oh no, it's gonna mess up the salt levels of the sea so bad, though. Wait,
As I
wait,
said
this is so
before,
bad for the ocean.
This is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned.
This is so bad for the
includes Osio,
ocean.
Overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to this ocean prison. Thousands of years ago,
This is so bad for the
Adepti
ocean.
and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Osio, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume.
I love the magic in this game. This is so bad for the ocean, though.
And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
And adventure rank 43. Okay. Sounds like a Hydro Archon problem. It does. But also, oh my god, the ocean is so fucked now.
So this is a day in the life of a traveler.
Yeah, Zhongli needs to take Earth science, exactly. That's so funny.
I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer.
What will you do now?
That is a good question. In the past, I might have given you a most specific answer. But now... yes. I suppose I will continue in my role as a consultant at Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. But if this journey was to your liking, why don't you come along the next time I am seeking to preserve memories of Liyue's past?
I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him. He's so good. He's so good. Zhongli is a character...
embraces its duty.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's got spoilers in it. Zhongli was a character I already personally adored. So then to have this on top of it just makes me love him even more. He's a little harsh in points in this story, but he's so clear on why that I can't really hold it against him. Like, he's the god of contracts. He's gonna hold you to that.
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more
I can't really blame him for that. Especially when everyone was so rude to him. So rude. So rude. I love him. I really do. But it's my heart. Like, this character has always been so fascinating to me. I love characters who have kind of lived this longer life and getting their perspective on things. Like, his perspective on stuff versus Venti's perspective on stuff is so incredibly different. And I love that. I love the nuance. I love the gray. I love the history has gotten twisted, so let's go figure out what happened. I love that. That's so good for me. I love stuff like that.